Mirai, a fantasy action-adventure film by Karthik Gautamneni, starring Teja Saja, Manchu Manoj, Ritika Nayak, Shreya Saran and others, released on the 12th of September 2025 in multiple languages. Built around 9 sacred scriptures from Emperor Ashoka's time, powerful enough to transform mortals into deities, the film promises myth, fantasy, action and spiritual overtones. But does it live up to the hype? Let's dive into what critics across India have to say. First, what works? Across reviews, visuals and VFX are repeatedly praised. India Today calls it high-octane visuals, engaging cinematic experience. The world-building, mythic lore tied to Ashoka's secret scriptures, immortal sages, demigods, ancient wisdom, draws comparisons to grand fantasy epics, and is seen as ambitious given the budget, #60 crore. Performances get positive notice too. Teja Saja is said to carry the film with conviction. Manoj as the villain is lauded for menace. Shreya Saran, Jagapathy Babu, Jayaram also receive praise. The emotional core, mother-son bond, mentor-student relationships, sacrifice, greed, ego, is also something critics feel adds depth beyond pure spectacle. But it isn't perfect. Several reviews point out that the first half is somewhat predictable with pacing issues. Some stretches, comedy bits, cop tracks, are considered unnecessary or slightly forced. The climax, while visually strong, doesn't satisfy everyone. Some feel it lacks freshness or surprises. A few dialogue moments or humor may pull one out of the immersion. Also, in places, the story seems to follow familiar fantasy tropes: the underdog's journey, mystical artifacts, dark versus light, even though execution elevates them somewhat. So the question, how much of what we see is new versus how much is homage or retread? So, what's the verdict? Critics generally give Mirai a 3 to 3.5 star rating out of 5. It's seen as a very good fantasy spectacle that delivers more hits than misses. If you love mythological fantasy, large-scale action, visual world-building, spiritual mythic themes, or even underdog hero stories, Mirai offers a lot. On the other hand, if you prefer tight storytelling, fewer cliches, or faster pace throughout, you might be slightly underwhelmed in parts. For Indian cinema in 2025, it's a strong showing in a genre that's ambitious but risky. Mirai may not reinvent fantasy, but it sets a good benchmark for what can be achieved with a mid to high budget outside of the mega franchise model. So there you have it. Mirrors, miracles, myth, and moments. Mirai is definitely a film to experience on the big screen. If you've watched it, tell me in the comments. What did you think about the VFX versus story balance? And if not, would this one make it to your weekend watch list? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews. Thanks for watching.